From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Violet Skybor.
Good morning, everyone. Still seeing that fog present in the valley, heavy wet clouds, and even a couple of showers are beginning as we head throughout this morning. But gorgeous outside today, 79 degrees, mostly sunny skies at Rome Griffiths Airport, 76 degrees up in Watertown, 68 degrees over in Saranac Lake.
First look at the forecast, we go over to Violet Skybor, who is in for Bill tonight. Good evening, Violet.
Good evening, Jason. Looking at cooler weather not only for this weekend, but also heading into tonight. Right now across the region, 54 degrees up in Lowville, 53 in Westmoreland, and 56 degrees in Cooperstown. With clear skies heading into tonight, we will quickly drop down into the mid-40s and even the 30s for some spots in the North Country. Good morning, everyone. We're going to have a warm pattern move in as we head throughout the rest of your week. Right now, we're on the mild to cooler side of the jet stream, but as this begins to lift heading towards Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we're going to have more of a southwesterly flow, bringing in warmer air and also more humidity. Today it felt like 88, but as the humidity begins to increase starting Tuesday, it's going to feel more like near 100 degrees. The National Weather Service just put out a report this evening about a macroburst that formed in Herkimer County, and that produced a lot of wind damage, and that's why we saw so many trees down and power outages. So I want to tell you what happened. A macroburst is basically a very strong thunderstorm that has some dry air moving into the upper levels. That dry air dries out some of that rain, evaporating it, and evaporating it cools it. So cold air naturally wants to sink. So as it begins to sink, it brings some of that leftover rain with it and it rushes towards the ground very quickly, becoming scattered across the region. And also some of these are building. You can see yellows in there. There is some moderate pockets up towards Boonville, Little Falls, and west of Utica. These are all pushing south. We're going to see more and more pop up as we head throughout the rest of your day. Sitting right around 10 degrees for most of us. Some areas already dipping into the single digits, but with this wind out here, you can see it's just blowing right at me. It just whisks the heat right away from your body, and it makes it feel like it's in the negatives already. As we head into tomorrow, more clouds, and also we're expecting widespread rain. We also have the chance for some severe weather. The risk is mainly going to be for south of the Mohawk Valley in that yellow shading. They have a slight risk for severe thunderstorms. Most of them are going to be outside of our area, but we could see a few in the southern valleys tomorrow. The main threat being high winds and flooding on these, but they will be very localized. So across the region right now, 71 degrees for Dorothy and Stratford, 80 for Frank and Paynes Hollow and Lou and Barneveld, also for Dave in Yorkville, 78 for Bob and Clinton, and 77 for Mike in New Hartford, heading down to the southern valleys this evening. Throughout the rest of today and into tonight, how much snowfall we can expect. The totals around 4 to 6 inches in the North Country, 2 to 4 inches south of that and to the west near Syracuse, around 1 to 2 inches for Utica, Little Falls, areas further south, and then a trace to 1 inch heading back towards the east into Albany. Just got in some reports from this snowfall near this location. Places like Holland Patton already seeing 5 inches of snow on the ground just in the past 2.5 hours, and that is 2-inch per hour rates of snow. That can create low visibility. Also some snow-covered roads, as you can see here. Construction crews have arrived as early as noon today to begin working on these sinkholes, which were caused by 2 water main leaks, leaving many surrounding businesses with low water pressure or no water at all.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Violet Skybor.
Good morning, everyone. The rain has officially arrived on our doorstep this morning, and it is widespread, so everyone is going to be waking up to this rain. You'll want the umbrella handy with you throughout the rest of today. Taking a live look outside from our doorstep up here in North Utica on Smith Hill Road. Looking at our tower cam, you can see that wall of rain beginning to move in. Most of it is on the lighter side, but we are going to get a good soaking from this as it stays widespread throughout this morning. And taking a live look from our Adirondack Bank Storm Tracker 2 radar and satellite, you can see this large shield of rain finally moving into the region. It's moving from west to east, and it's going to be sitting on us for this morning. So here's what's happening. We have this warm front out to our west, and that is bringing this first round of rain for this morning, but we're expecting a second round of rain as we head towards the afternoon along this cold front. And that second round is going to be mostly scattered thunderstorms. And that's when we have the chance to see some severe weather. It is a very low risk, and we'll mainly see the severe storms in the southern valleys, which is where they have that dark green shading. That is marginal risk, and then a slight risk, which is that yellow shading out of the state. And again, the main threat is going to be high winds, but not all the thunderstorms we see will be severe. So throughout the rest of today, we're going to expect a very rainy day. Widespread this morning, scattered afternoon thunderstorms, highs in the mid-70s. That low pressure system is going to pretty much sit on us this whole weekend, bringing the chance again for afternoon thunderstorms on Sunday. A little warmer too in the lower 80s. If you have allergies, good news this weekend. Low levels today, tomorrow, and then we're back to medium on Monday when the rain eventually dries out. And this is for grasses, dock, and plantain. So starting this morning in the 60s, some spots a little cooler in the 50s. 61 degrees for Dorothy and Stratford, 62 in Gray Reservoir, 64 for Mike in New Hartford, 64 for Bob and Clinton, 54 for George and Glenmore, and 53 degrees over in Westdale. As we look down towards the southern valleys, 61 for Stewart and Cooperstown, 59 for Mark in Milford and Deb in Hartwick, 57 for Scott in Edmiston, and 50 degrees for Ted in Morris. So rain becoming widespread this morning, temperatures in the 60s. Heaviest rain is going to be for the southern valleys as we head towards this afternoon. Very isolated thunderstorms as we head throughout the afternoon and evening. Not everyone is going to see them. Highs reach the mid-70s, a few lingering showers and storms heading into tonight. And then tomorrow morning, just an isolated shower. But then as we go towards Sunday afternoon, we could again see the chance for those scattered thunderstorms. So today, widespread rain this morning, chance for storms later today, highs in the mid-70s. Still the chance for storms as we head into tonight, and then some patchy fog develops overnight into Sunday, lows in the lower 60s. Here's a look at the rest of your forecast. A wet weekend with temperatures in the mid-70s today, lower 80s Sunday, staying in the 80s for the rest of the week. The start of the week looks nice, and then the chance for rain returns as we look towards Wednesday and Thursday. Here's your trivia question. So June was a pretty dry month, but what is the total rainfall so far?
I'll go with C, 1.6.
We've actually only had 3/4 of an inch. And today we could actually see 3/4 of an inch.
Yeah, we need it.
We definitely do.
That's for sure. Violet, thanks.